What's going on, Faded Culture? My name is Adrian Barron, and we're back with yet another tutorial. This one's gonna be slightly different. I got my buddy Reuben here, who's never picked up a clipper. I'm gonna walk him down the steps on how to do a mid-fade, and then he's gonna take over, and we're gonna see if the Faded Culture method works. So let's get right to it. All right, Reuben, first things first, we always comb the hair to its neutral position, and he has not thinner hair, but his hair ain't so thick, so I do use the fine side of the comb. I always kind of place my pinky on there just for safeguard. And just go against the grain. And notice like right here, how the hair pattern's already coming this way, so yeah. I'm always cutting against the hair. I'm always just recombing it. I always go over it like 2-3 times.
Yeah.
So go ahead and finish off that side that I didn't do.
Okay.
There you go. There you go, the pressure solid.
Yeah, okay.
Very natural. So, recomb it into its neutral position. And then go over it one more time. You're doing good, you're doing good. Let's see. Any questions on the top?
No.
No, pretty simple,
Pretty simple, yeah. Just as long as you don't drop the guard.
Yeah. Remember, folks, when you're beginning cutting hair, always kind of lay your pinky on the guard just to make sure it doesn't come off. Last thing you want to do is end up fist fighting your client because the guard came off. So as for the guidelines, Reuben, the mid fade, this is the temple peak area, right? I usually started like right under that, the mid fade. The high fades, I used to start them right above that, and then obviously low fades, I kind of bring them somewhere down here where the ear's at. I notice after like every few little strokes, dude, I kind of brush it in, bro.
It's like little flicks, like little like...
Yeah, I use little flicks just because you don't want to like take chunks, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Especially in the beginning, it's kind of building that memory, that muscle memory in your wrist to kind of do that.
Yeah.
From here, we're gonna open up the lever, and we're gonna take it up about a finger's width right there, so. Notice I kind of go over it twice.
Yeah.
Brush it in, go over it. And it's important though that you just try to keep it even with the bottom line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't get thinner, it doesn't get thicker. It kind of runs even with it. Now we're gonna put the number 1 guard on, and lever's still gonna stay open. And that same process. And the clipper never really cuts the hair, dude, in like 1 or 2 strokes. Notice how I kind of like stay in the same spot and then just take it a time. Even then, brush it and do it again. Just to make sure. You can kind of hear the clipper.
Yeah.
If it cuts or not. Now we have the 1.5 guard. The lever's gonna still stay open. So here though.
Is it making another guideline?
I try not to focus. After the 1 guard, I try not to focus on making another guideline. I mean, it is technically because the hair's longer, right?
Yeah.
But I try not to like dig in there, dude. So I'm almost like, I'm kind of pulling away as it gets to the top or using the hump of the clipper. You know what I mean? Just trying to be real soft with it.
Or you lay that hump on it?
Yeah, I'm almost kind of cutting with the hump of the clipper. Process is pretty simple though. I mean, it's in sequential order. So you're just gonna, now it's the number 2 guard. Now it's the number 2 guard. Again, lever's gonna stay open as we're setting up. Again, not really focusing on making another guideline, just starting to connect the sides to the top already. Always remember, reset the hair and go over it. So number 3 guard now, lever's still open. But notice how the grain's kind of coming this way, so it's almost like I'm trying to cut against it to make sure it's pretty even, yeah. And the last guard, number 4. This is always the last guard I use, dude, no matter what. Number 4. No matter how long is the top, it's always gonna be number 4, and from there it's clipper over comb. Even then though, sometimes if the hair's shorter than like, I don't know, I mean, if it's like a 5 on top, I can, more than likely, depending on the hair texture too, I can blend it in with the 3. Like I don't even need the 4. This area right here, it's called the parietal ridge. This is where you kind of don't want to start folding in. You want to come straight up from that.
You know what I mean? Going up to the clipper, like you want to just go straight up right there.
Yeah, you always want to come straight up from there. Unless they want like a faux hawk or something, that's where you kind of start breaking that little tipping point. Right now you should have these two guidelines, right? We're gonna start with that one and then work our way down. So I'm gonna put the half guard and then I'm gonna close the lever just slightly.
Just slightly.
Yeah, so it was almost open. If that's halfway, and if I had to start from halfway, it would open it a little bit. If it's all the way open, I would close it slightly. So it's somewhere between halfway and all the way open.
Okay.
But it's I always kind of tell people to gauge because and then they're always like, where's halfway? That's kind of harder for like beginners to gauge. Yeah. So I would just say open it and then from there just kind of close it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then using just mainly the corners, I'm gonna start attacking this line. And I'm only thinking in terms of this line. Watch, it is gonna kind of bring out this a little bit. And it's gonna create another line, but again, just stay right here.
Yeah, I already see it disappearing.
Somebody, I forgot who used to watch me in barber school and they were like, dude, why are you still in the same spot? You're not cutting, but it's like, bro, with time you'll see that I still need to be there and it still needs to cut.
Yeah.
Instead of just kind of,
even if
I go over it once, it did nothing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you gotta stay there until it takes it off, because it will. Again, it did create this on top, but we stayed down here and now we're gonna use the one guard in that same 3/4 position and we're gonna remove that using mainly the corners. So now it's the one guard again and I'm gonna leave that lever in the same position. And again, dude, just using kind of the corners of it, because the corners is gonna keep you from making like another guideline, but it's enough to get in there and start to remove what's there. Because if I were to lay this flat, more than likely, especially when you're just starting, you're gonna create another line. And that's what you don't want, you know what I mean? Because you're already focusing on removing them. Our clippers are 0 gap, so some people might have to open the lever a little more or close it. And again, it is a rule of thumb, so if you feel like you need to open it a little bit and just kind of get it into some dark areas, you can, but to notice those dark areas, it does take time.
Yeah. You consider that like a dark area right here?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly where I'm flicking. Yeah, right there. All right, so now for this last line, I do work in sections, so I'm probably just gonna focus right here in front of the ear and then we'll move to on top and behind the ear. And I'm gonna start, go ahead. You're already suspended. You're already suspended.
Right on the top.
I know.
Don't stand in the corner.
All right, yeah, so this is gonna be a 3-step process. We're gonna start with the lever close. And now I'm not gonna take it up about a finger's width. I'm about to take it probably like 1/4 of that or 1/3 of that. Just again, using mainly the corner, bro. Just kind of kissing those lines.
And this is all the way closed, right?
Yeah, all the way close. I'm gonna come to about the ear, just so I can focus right here. And from here, halfway. And again, just picking up that line just very little, bro. And when you're working your way down and you start to removing them, I'm focusing on just the corners of the clipper, dude. And finally, all the way open. Now I'm gonna do that same 3-step process right here. Closing the lever, so I can show like halfway. I'll fully open. So now I'm gonna use this trimmer in the forward position, right where I created that first guideline, right? I'm using it forward so it can get closer to the scalp. This is where you gotta be careful though, when you 0 gap your trimmers, because if you overly 0 gap them, this would be like scratching, you know what I mean? So then I turn it around and just blend that in softly.
Or if you didn't have to do anything with
I usually start about like where there's little things that, what is that called? I need to bring up. Sometimes it helps if you get like cheek to cheek with them. Yeah, but put your face on his face and you can tell where. Nah, but yeah, it's about halfway, dude. That's where I that gives me enough space usually to blend up and then blend down. And then right here, because we went in a forward position, it's gonna leave that faint line, and that's what we're gonna use for the electric shaver. And when you get to that line, again, the corners, dude. The corners are gonna help you from creating another line. See how I was just taking it away, but it didn't create another one?
Beautiful.
Thank you, thank you. All right, so that's pretty much done. I walked him through the steps on the left side and the back side. Now I'm gonna hand over the clipper and see if our faded culture method works. Start at that temple peak area and then connect what I started back there.
Okay, so let's start like right here.
Yeah, start right under it. Yeah, perfect. Easy, easy. You're coming right above the ear. So start slanting your way down. Yeah, right there, just connect it. Just stay right there, you don't have to go any higher. Just stay right there and just try to clean up your lines a little bit. Just be easy. Go ahead, brush.
I don't come in like this trying to set it. Is it more like...
Yeah, because...
Like you want to have it on the skin, like...
Yeah, exactly, because this is where you're, you know what I'm saying? This is the back, and that's what you're kind of setting that hump right there onto his scalp right there. Now the next step is opening up the lever, and you can come up about a finger's width. And you just try to stay right there about a finger's width. Yeah,
good?
Yeah, that's good. Not too much higher than that. That's good. Yeah, now just follow that perfectly down. Yeah, just keep going at the same angle just to keep it simple.
Yeah.
Remember, angle your clipper because you don't want to start coming up. So angle your clipper. There you go. You're trying to keep it consistent about a finger's width on everything. If I'm running my finger, it should be even. See how there's still hair right here?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's this right here.
Yeah, see how it kind of, it's even, and then it kind of dips,
Drips.
and then it opens.
Oh, okay.
That's good, that's good. Now start curving down. That's better. Make sure, again, it's just parallel to one another. So there's a line and it's right, equal the whole way. I mean, that's good. You got the motion down.
If you want to move like the other side, I don't want it.
Now throw the one guard, keep the lever open. But again, you always want to angle the clipper exactly how this line is. Karen, you don't have to use mainly the corners yet because we start using the corners when we start working our way down.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a little scared though.
Yeah, I mean, that's natural. I can feel your heart. I can feel
heart.
Remember, it's not your head.
Yeah, just remember.
Oh, okay.
Plus, he's your brother, bro. He's all down here. There you go. So right now you're probably scared and you're putting just these there.
Yeah.
And no, it's this bottom blade that's cutting. So it's like if I'm coming all the way up, see how you hear it cutting?
Yeah.
Again, the bottom blade's the one that's cutting, so don't be scared to go up a little bit. Throw the 1.5 guard. And do not touch the lever, keep that open. And then just continue that process. Like I said, if I had to put a width to it, it's about a finger's width. But I'm not thinking in terms of a finger's width. I'm thinking in terms of already starting to blend. That's good. All right,
Okay.
so that's pretty much good right there.
Oh.
Created those 2 guidelines. Now put the number 2 on and continue the process. 2. Remember, the bottom blade's the one that's cutting, so don't be scared to kind of. And then that's one thing too, that once I get to these higher guards, after the 1 guard, I use a comb versus a brush, and then brush the hair down. There you go. Continue. Again, if I had to say about a finger's width, but just keep going. And the reason we brought Reuben in is in hopes that it gives us a different perspective on how to better help y'all. So hopefully this gives y'all a better understanding of what it feels like from a beginner standpoint. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. Please go ahead and do so. We're about halfway. Now number 4.
Oh yeah.
Just to kind of finish. You're in good hands, Rich, don't worry.
In good hands, Eddie. I'm your barber now.
I miss my old barber.
Miss my old barber.
He's done setting in his guidelines. Now we're gonna start. By now, you should have these 2 guidelines, right? The first one that we started with the lever completely closed, and the second that we started with the lever completely open. We're gonna begin with that top one and work our way down. Reuben's now gonna put the half guard on, and close that lever slightly into that 3/4 position, and then using mainly the corners of the clipper, just stay right there. Do not go any higher.
So what do you...
Take it a little bit higher. You're a little scared, a little bit, but not, overall it's good.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you're getting in. It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips.
I'm blurry.
For sure. I'm getting nauseous back here. How blurry it is.
Looking like my mom's video she posted earlier with her
With
with Android.
So blurry. Looks like we're watching it through an Android right now. Yeah. So now take off the half guard. And since that line created a faint line right above it, now just with the corners of the clipper, slap on that one, leave the lever in the same position. So the hair is coming this way. So if possible, with the very corner of the clipper, try to get in there.
Like right here, like
Yeah,
this.
exactly, just like that. It's not like the faded culture legacy is on the line or nothing, but
it's on the line.
it's on the line, yeah, for sure.
The reputation.
The reputation.
Not gonna let y'all down. God.
Yeah, whoa, whoa.
My goodness.
Look, stay right there, go back, right there, and go a little higher, see what happens. Now we have the last line. Again, it's gonna be that 3-step process, so break this down. So just focus right here behind the ear. Take off the guard, no lever, no guard, and then lever close. Now open it halfway. We gotta leave that what, 6:30? Now all the way. And again, just mainly the corner, bro, because this is where it gets a little tricky. But don't be scared to get in there too, so. Yeah, they're all the way close. Halfway. Fully open. Now, yeah, get the trimmer in a forward position and very slightly, dude. You're not like, so like, let me see your form. So you're almost, this is the same pressure that I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? So you're not gonna dig it in there.
Like this?
And that's another tip. You always test your trimmers. When you zero gap them, test them in your forearm.
I'm coming up a little bit.
Yeah, right where you started your initial line. Come up like, so you started the line, so try to do it like right above this, dude.
Right, bro.
You know what I mean? In a forward position, there you go. And then don't come up any higher, just like you're right there. If anything, you could come lower. Play with that faint line that it created because you were forward.
Oh, like this? Right?
Yeah, right above it.
I didn't want to be here right now.
I didn't want to be here.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said, you're gonna start, you got about half the ear, and start to remove that hair up to there.
Half the year?
Yeah, about half the ear, right there. You're good, you're good. Lay it down.
Yeah, I got it from here.
Yeah, you're good. You're doing good. Understand why that left there, right? Because you did the trimmer in a forward position. That's why you have that line there. So there you go. Get in there all the way up till you approach that line. And once you approach that line, then you start just kind of
Release pressure.
yeah, release pressure and just use it like the corner. There you go.
I feel like Adrian Barron right now.
You look like Adrian Barron. That's for
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. See, I see that faded culture. This guy,
It's working.
it's magic.
1999.
So now,
Sergio.
1999, you can get the full DVD set.
Price just went up.
So hurry. And one thing I do back here though,
Sometimes this doesn't get it unless you
it doesn't, because you gotta go against the grain. So for that reason though, I always use like the back of my fingers and look, get the back of your fingers and rub it against it. You can tell in which direction the grain is going.
Oh yeah, so.
So it's if it's stubble this way, that means it's going that way. So you need to come this way. Always go against it.
Neck hairs right here.
Yeah, like I said, just make sure you're always shaving against it. Put the half guard, step back, and you tell me any dark areas that you might see, and I'm gonna help you.
Maybe like a little bit right here.
Okay, so let's start
Lever open.
all the way open. You're gonna wanna start with it all the way open, just to make sure we don't cut more than we need to.
And I'm using the corner, right?
So try to blend in the beard the way I showed you real quick. Yeah, those same 3 lever positions, but now it's backwards.
So open all the way.
Yeah, open all the way, same thing. And then halfway, and then fully close.
So like right
Yeah, about right there. Just keep blending in.
down,
Halfway.
and close it.
Tears of joy.
What y'all think, guys? What y'all think? Faded culture. You can't even tell who did what side. Yeah, that and once again, I'm a beginner barber.
Sure, don't judge him too hard.
Hey, don't roast me in the comments, guys.
Alright guys, so there you have it. This was my boy Reuben's first time picking up a pair of clippers, and he followed our method. Let us know down in the comments below what y'all think and if y'all like these kind of videos, so that way we can keep them coming. And maybe next time we'll break down the process on how to do an edge up or a beard. Hit that thumbs up button, guys, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the edge up. Alright, so I went ahead, added a little bit of product, finished off the edge up and beard. I'm gonna show y'all my side here. This is what I showed Reuben in the beginning. I broke down my steps and answered any questions that he had. Handed over the clipper to him, and this is his side. Again, so I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial. Let us know down in the comments below how Reuben did. Just take it easy on him. He's a little sensitive, a little emotional. And we'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.